Hello everyone, happy Exercise Right Week. So I hope everyone is doing really well this week. Hope everyone's feeling okay. I know here in Tassie we've had beautiful weather this weekend, so we've been able to be nice and productive out in the garden and everything like that, which is always nice. So exercises today. So what we're going to do is a series of 10 different exercises. Each of those exercises you can either do just at the base level that I am showing you, but I'll give you a couple of progressions that you can do to make them a little bit more challenging as well. So I am hoping that people are able to tune in. I just had a call that someone might be having a bit of trouble tuning in. So I will just see how we go. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So even if you're not tuning in live now, the video will be able to be viewed on the Body Connect Exercise Physiology page later on. So pretty much as soon as this video is finished, it will be published on the Body Connect Exercise Physiology Facebook page, so you can watch it back at any time anyway. So you can see now that I've got a couple of people tuning in, so that is good. So welcome. If I haven't seen your name pop up here before, then welcome. Thank you for joining us on this Exercise Right week. It's a good opportunity to jump on the Exercise Right website and look at all the free exercise virtual classes that are happening at the moment. So definitely a good opportunity to get active at home, which is always a good thing. So all you need for today's session is a chair. So if you make sure that you've got a nice sturdy chair that you can use, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, most of the exercises can be done standing as well if you don't have a chair that you can use. If you want to use some hand weights, you are more than welcome to grab some, but it's certainly not compulsory, so just use what you've got lying around. So the format for today is to do 10 different exercises for 1.5 minutes. Then we'll have a little bit of a rest, and then we'll do another 10 exercises, those same 10 exercises I should say, for 1 minute. So while I'm just chatting away, we might get warmed up. So have a stand up. You can either do this sitting or standing. So we'll start off with a little bit of a march on the spot. So if you feel more comfortable, grab a seat and just get those legs moving. So with any exercise, it's really important to make sure you listen to your body. So if something doesn't feel right for you for any reason, then please stop, have a rest, sit that exercise out, and then just pick back up when you feel comfortable. Now, while we're marching on the spot here, we're just going to take our arms out to the side. So arms out, and we're just going to do some little circles. So see, my hands are just doing little circles, slowly getting bigger and bigger. So if you have sore shoulders or shoulders that don't really do as much as you'd like them to do, then just do what you can. So just aim is just to get moving. And take those arms back in the opposite direction. So trying to get everything moving. And then back to a march on the spot. Try and bring those knees up a little bit higher this time. And then we're going to do some little heel taps out in front. So just tapping your foot on the ground. That's the way. And then taking our toe behind us, so tapping your toe behind. That's the way. And tapping your toe out to the side. And back to a march on the spot again for me. Alright, so hopefully that's got you feeling a little bit warmer to start off with. So, as I said, we're going to do 10 different exercises, and those exercises are all really nice functional exercises that you can do at home at any time. And we'll do each of those exercises for 1.5 minutes. So that's try and challenge our strength a little bit, challenge our breathing a little bit, get us feeling nice and warm, like we've done some exercise. So the first exercise we're going to do is a side step. So I'm actually just going to tilt my camera down a fraction, hopefully that stays put. So what I want you to do is take a really nice big wide side step. So I'm going to start my timer there. So nice big side step. So nice soft knees as you step through the middle. So this is the level that I want you to stay at, if that feels enough for you. If you want to, you can even hold on to a back of the chair in front of you, just to give you a little bit of extra stability. Otherwise, just try and keep those nice big side steps happening. Now if that's feeling a little bit easy for you, I want you to bend your knees a little bit more as you step through the center. So really bending those knees as you're crouching down and back up. So that's the next progression. If that's still feeling okay, then we can add in a little hamstring curl. So what that looks like is your little bringing your heel up towards your bottom. So nice bend of the knees as you change legs and bringing your heels up towards your bottom. Keep those knees nice and soft and relaxed, so we're not letting our weight go too far forward. We're trying to keep nice and upright and bringing that heel up towards our bottom. So squatting down and up. That's the way. So just keep your body moving. I reckon our 1.5 minutes is nearly up. Now remember to just keep it at a level that's comfortable for you. So after this one, we're going to go to our, what are we up to? Yeah, 5 seconds to go. So we're going to go to our chair after this. So keep those legs moving. 2, 1, beautiful. All right, grab your chair. We're going to do some sit to stand. So start sitting down, feet are on the ground. We're going to move our body forward, push through our legs, stand up. Now, if you need to, use your hands on your legs to give yourself an extra little push, but really encourage you to try as much as you can to not use your hands. So what this means is that you need to bring that body forward. You need to really push up through your legs, particularly through your heels. So pushing up, standing nice and tall, and sitting back down. Now when we're sitting back down, we're sitting back with our hips, so our bottom's going back into the chair, and when we're standing back up. So you can see when I sit down, my knees aren't really traveling forward, it's my hips that are going back. So back and up. Now, if that feels okay for you and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, what I'll get you to do is hover above the chair and come back up. So we're not transferring a weight down onto the chair. We're hovering above the chair, push through your heels, standing back up. So when we're doing this one, again, moving back with your hips, up nice and straight. Moving back with your hips, up nice and straight. And when we're standing up, we're trying to squeeze those muscles in our bottom as well. If you've had enough of those, feel free to go back to your sitting all the way down, standing all the way up. Remember, just take it at a level that's comfortable for you. Now the next exercise is for our upper body. So we're going to take our hands out in front, make a fist. I want you to bring your fists back towards your armpits, squeeze your shoulder blades and relax. And squeeze and relax. So from the side, that looks like that. So it's our elbows that are pointing back behind us, and we're squeezing the muscles in between our shoulder blades. So squeeze, relax, squeeze and relax. Now, if that's feeling okay for you, then we can squeeze, bring our hands up, hands down and forward. So squeeze, hands up, hands down and forwards. So squeeze, hands up, down and forwards. Now when we're bringing our hands up, we keep squeezing our shoulder blades together. So this is a great one for our posture. If you're using a computer, if you're driving, if you're in the kitchen cooking, if you're sewing, doing anything that means leaning forward, this is a great way to open that chest up, get those muscles in our back nice and strong. So squeeze, hands up, keep squeezing, relax, relax. So squeeze, keep squeezing, and relax. So you should feel those muscles in your upper back working, so those muscles between your shoulder blades. Give those arms a shake. Now if you need to, please grab hold of your chair. We're going to do a little bit of balance. So standing on one leg, keep those hips nice and level, and lift our knee up and down. So hold on as you need to. We're going to keep going on the same leg. So from the side, we're either lifting our leg up nice and close to our body. So just do it at whatever height's comfortable for you in your body. If you would like to make it a bit more challenging, take that leg further out in front of you, and that will challenge your balance a little bit more. So lift and lower. So slow, controlled movements, making sure that our hips and our pelvis stays nice and level. And we're going to switch sides there. So again, get that position set up, lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. So the closer your leg is in towards you, the easier it's going to be. If you just do a little lift off the ground, that's fine. Bring the knee up higher if you can. Otherwise, try and get that leg extended out in front of you a little bit if you can. And the chair is always there to grab hold of, just in case you need it. That's absolutely fine. So try and keep your tummy muscles nice and strong, standing up nice and tall, and slow, controlled movements. And I reckon we're just about done. There we go. All right, the next exercise we're going to do is for our upper body again. So we're going to hold our arms out in front of us. We're going to tap our hands onto our shoulders. We're going to go up to the ceiling. We're going to come back down. And actually, instead of going up to the front, we might go up to the side. I've kind of already done the front. So we're going to go hard, in, up, in, out, in, up, in. So I want you to try and keep your elbows and your wrists up in line with your shoulders. Touch your hands to your shoulders, up to the ceiling, shoulders, sides, shoulders, ceiling, shoulders. Now, one thing I want you to try and think about with this one is that you're keeping those muscles in your neck really relaxed. It's quite easy to hunch, particularly as we get tired. So I want you to make sure you relax those shoulders out and up. Now, if this is feeling easy for you, feel free to hold some weight in your hand, but you'll be surprised after a minute and a half of doing this, you're going to start to feel quite warm. Your arm's going to start to get a little bit tired. So just make sure you take it at your pace. If you need to stop, have a rest, give your arms a quick shake, reset your posture, and then start again, because you want to make sure that you're not hunching up through those muscles in your neck. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Try and keep your elbows up in line with your shoulders. If you feel them dropping down, then it probably is a good reason to stop. Give your arms a shake and start again. Okay, holding onto the back of your chair, what I want you to do is take one leg back and in. So we're stepping back and in. I'm just going to scoot the chair forward a little bit. We're stepping back and in. Now, if that's feeling okay for you, just stay there. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, step back even further and let that front knee and that back knee bend. So like a lunge. So we're coming up, stepping right back and bending that back knee. So you can either just step back, keeping that back leg straight, or we can bend that back knee down into a little bit of a lunge. So bending both knees and switch sides. So if you have sore knees or your knees give you any trouble, then probably just stick with that for the time being. But if you feel comfortable in stepping back like so, then please do. Again, making sure that your knee stays sort of above your ankle, and that will just keep the pressure off your knees and make those muscles in your legs work, which is actually going to help with any knee pain that you might have. So that's why I say if you feel comfortable doing it, then have a go. But if that's a bit much for you today, then just stick with tapping behind. That's absolutely fine. And about 5 seconds to go with those. So coming right back up to the center each time. All right, now we're going to stay there. This time we're going to lean forward a little bit. So we're kind of going to put our weight down through our chair. We're going to bend one leg, foot flexed if you can. We're going to push out behind us. So your knee kind of stays at that 90-degree position, and it's your hip that's extending, bending, extending, bending. Now where you should be feeling this is a little bit in your supporting leg, but if you really think about squeezing those muscles in your bottom, that's a good thing because it's going to get those muscles switched on. So push, relax, push, relax, push, relax, and keeping that knee in that same position. All right, we're going to change sides. So keep that knee to that 90-degree position and push back. So you're straightening your hip, bending your hip. Straighten, bend. So by keeping your weight through the chair in front of you, it's just going to protect your back because you're not extending through your back at all. You're just using those muscles in your bottom. So we want to get those glute muscles really nice and strong. The stronger they are, the better, because it's going to mean that you're more stable, you're less likely to fall, You're more able to get in and out of the car, get out of the chair, carry your groceries, do all the things that we do every day. So another 5 seconds to go with that one. And back to the center. All right, we have a couple of options with this one as well. So what we're going to do is pop our hands down by our side, and I want you to stretch your hand down towards your knee, come back to the center, and then the other side, back to the center. So stretch, center, stretch, center. So you should be feeling that sort of stretch through the side of your body. So I'm not leaning forward or back, I'm literally just moving to the side. Now, if you're feeling pretty comfortable there, you're feeling pretty balanced, what we can do is add in a little heel raise in the middle. So down to the side, a little heel raise, and to the other side. So if you don't feel comfortable doing your heel raise without holding on, feel free to just pop your hand on your chair and then back to your side raise, side bend, sorry. And so bending to the side, center, lift, side, center, lift. So that's just a really nice stretch up through the side of our body. It's not something we really do a lot, so it's good. You will probably feel quite tight through the side of your body, but it's a really nice stretch, as well as strengthening on that side as well. So good exercise to get a little bit of mobility happening through your back and through your torso. So try and keep everything moving. All right, next one, holding your hand onto your chair, hands on your hips. So we're going to try and keep those hips nice and stable. We're going to lift our leg to the side and back in. So lift and back in. If you feel comfortable not holding on, then pop both hands on your hips and back in, lift and in. So when you are doing this, you really want to make sure that you are keeping your pelvis level. So we're not trying to, throw our leg as high as we possibly can. We're keeping nice and stable. And we're going to swap sides in a second. And so it's not about a big range of motion, it's just doing what you can. All right, switch over to the other leg for me. So I'm just going to step back so I don't kick my chair. So trying to keep those pelvis level. So I like to put my hands on that pointy bit at the front of my hips there, and then I can sort of feel that they're staying level. If I sort of, feel my arms moving, it means I know that my pelvis is moving as well. So try and keep that nice level, standard position. And if you can, try to keep your foot elevated up off the ground. So try not to rest in the middle, which is easier said than done when you're not holding on, because you might need to just touch for a bit of balance, get yourself sorted, and then off you go again. We've just got one more exercise after this one, and then we get a drinks break. So you're doing really well if you're following along at home, so try and keep nice and straight. Good. All right, next exercise is what we call a box step. So we're going to step forward with nice wide legs, and then back. So out, in, out, in. If you want to get the arms moving as well, please do. You can do whatever you like, but a nice wide step and then back to the middle. Nice wide step, back to the middle. So you can keep it at a nice slow pace if you wish. Otherwise, you can try and get that pace up a little bit. So keep nice soft knees, keeping those knees kind of bent as you step forward. Trying to get that heart rate up a little bit to finish off here. So try to get those legs moving, heart rate up. All right, and I reckon we can change directions. So lead with the opposite leg. And if you are feeling really keen and you have joints that are okay to do this, you can add just a little hop in at the center. So just a tiny little hop. That's only if you feel comfortable doing that and you feel like your joints are happy to do that. So don't feel it's compulsory by any means, but otherwise just stick with that nice big wide step. Wide, back to the center. Wide, back to the center. That's it, and I reckon that's nearly us done. There we go. All right, well done everyone. So you've made it through round one. So that was the minute and a half of those 10 exercises. So, hi Kalia. So grab yourselves a drink and have a quick little breather, and then we're going to come back. We're going to do those same 10 exercises again, but we're going to just do them for a minute instead of the minute and a half. So yeah, if you feel like that any of those exercises were a little bit too easy and you want to grab some weights, please do that. If you don't have any weights, then a tin of food, a drink bottle, whatever you've got will work just as well. So yeah, grab yourselves a drink to actually drink, a drink bottle to use as some weight if you want to, and I'll see you back here in just a second because I'm going to grab a drink as well. All right. So, yeah, basically with all of these exercises that I'm showing you, they're relatively simple exercises that you can do at home, but they're also really functional as well. So things like our sit to stands, you know, really important to keep the strength in our muscles and in our bottom muscles, to do the everyday tasks that we do, getting in and out of bed, you know, going to the toilet, getting in and out of the car, all those really, really functional things that we do every single day. The other thing as well is our upper body. So, you know, a lot of what we do is quite hunched over, so it's really important for us to be able to stretch back and open up and keep our muscles in our back strong. You know, reaching overhead to put groceries away, to hang washing out, to be able to carry the groceries and all those sorts of things. So all the exercises that I'm showing you will help with all those functional tasks that we do all the time. And you know, that means that you can keep doing the things that you love because your body is capable of doing it. And so that's what Exercise Right Week is all about. It's about exercise as medicine, because exercise really can help with so many health conditions and can really help us keep moving and keep doing the things that we love doing. So that's my little rant. So anyway, we're gonna jump back in now and we're just gonna do our minute and a half. So let me just change my timer down to a minute. All right. So first exercise was our side steps. So let's get going. So nice big wide steps. So remember, this was version number 1, and you can always hold on to the back of the chair if you want to for a little bit of balance. If that's feeling okay, we're going to add those little knee bends in so that we're just challenging those muscles in our legs a little bit more. And obviously you don't have to go as fast as I'm going. You can go faster, you can go slower. It's entirely up to you. And then if that's feeling okay, let's add in our little hamstring curl. So that's bringing our heel up towards our bottom. So again, keeping those knees nice and soft, not locking them out, just keeping a little bend in our knees. Stepping side to side. Body stays nice and straight, nice and tall, and it's just getting these legs moving and bringing those heels up towards our bottom to get the back of our leg working as well. All right, spin your chair around because we're going to do our sit to stand. So start sitting, feet are on the ground, body up nice and straight. Bring your body forward, push through your legs, standing up. To sit down, hips go back, find that chair. All right, so remember that you want to keep that weight through your heels, and we're starting that movement with our hips. So it's the hips that go back, and you can use your arms to sort of counterbalance if you need to as well. Now when you are doing these, we want to squeeze the muscles in our bottom, particularly as we stand up. So stand up with a little squeeze in your bottom at the top and back down. Now if that's feeling okay for you, then hover above the chair, stand back up. Just a hover and stand up. So one thing I want you to check as you're doing these is that your knees aren't coming together. So try and keep your knees nice and straight. Have a look down, make sure your knees aren't coming together as you're standing up. Okay, flip that chair around, get it out of the way, or you can sit on it, doesn't matter. So we're going to do our shoulder squeezes. So hands out in front, make a fist, relax those shoulders, hands to armpits and forwards. So squeeze the muscles in your back without hunching through your shoulders. So stay relaxed. So squeeze and relax. Excuse me. Squeeze, relax. Now if that's feeling okay, we're going to add that extra movement in. So squeeze, hands up, hands down, relax. Squeeze, hands up, and relax. So we're squeezing those muscles in our shoulder blade the whole time and then relaxing. Squeeze, 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 relax. And remember, if you're feeling that hunching happening through your shoulders, stop. Give yourself a rest, reset your posture, and then go again, or out of time. All right, next one was our balancing. So use that chair to balance if you need. And we're going to lift one knee up and just gently tap that toe on the ground and lift up and down. If you feel comfortable, put both hands on your hips, so to try to make sure that pelvis stays nice and still, and slow, controlled movements. So you're just lifting your knee as high as comfortable for you. If that's even this far off the ground, that's fine. Excuse me, talking too much. All right, swap legs for me. And lift up and down. And remember to make it a little bit more challenging. We're taking that leg further out in front of us and straightening that knee a little bit, because that will get your abs working a little bit as well. But for the time being, just bring that knee up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. All right, relax those shoulders again. Arms out to the side, hands on shoulders, to ceiling, to shoulders, and out. So in, up, down, out. So be really mindful of this section here. You don't want this happening. You want to keep it nice and open and relaxed. So if you feel like this is happening and you're getting really tight and sore, stop, relax, reset, start again. So we want to keep that posture nice and open, nice and relaxed. We want to work the right muscles. We don't want these muscles up here into our neck getting tight. They do a pretty good job of that all on their own. We don't need to we don't need to help them along at all. So this is one that you can do while you're holding your weights. If you feel like that's not enough of a challenge for you. I know after a minute and a half of doing this, my arms start to get a little weary. So I find that either no weight or a really light weight is fine to give those arms a shake. Now, holding onto the back of your chair again, keep those pelvis pointing forward, and we're going to touch back and in. So step back and in. So you can kind of start to work up to transferring your weight back a little bit more, so you're actually pushing off that back toe. And then if you feel comfortable, bend that back knee a little bit more and push forward. So bend back, push forward. And we're going to change sides. So step back, push forward. So remember, just keep here if that's fine for you. Otherwise, if you want that extra challenge, just bend that back knee that little bit more and pushing up. And again, you don't have to go at this pace. You can go much more slow and controlled if you would prefer. That's absolutely fine. Step back and in. So you should be working those muscles, particularly in that front leg. And done. All right, staying there. Bend forward from your hips. Rest your weight through the back of your chair. So we're keeping our back relatively straight. Bend your knee and leg goes back. So the knee stays in the same position and we straighten, bend at the hip, and we're keeping our pelvis or our hips pointing towards the back of the chair. So we're not rotating around, we're staying nice and square. And change legs for me. So bend that knee and push back. And thinking about squeezing the muscles in our bottom. So squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax. Keep everything working. So the more you think about a muscle, the harder it's going to work. So this should be working the muscles in our bottom. So straight back, relax, back and relax. I reckon we're nearly done. There we go. All right, so up nice and straight this time, hands down by your side, leaning off to the side, center, side and center, side and center. So we can keep doing this if you wish. Otherwise, we could add that heel raise in at the middle. So side, center, lift, side, center, lift. That's the way. So remember that your chair is there, so if you just need to hold on to that while you do the heel raise, that's absolutely fine. And again, only going as far as comfortable. So you might feel quite stiff and tight through your torso and this part of your body. So if that's just a little movement to the side, that's absolutely fine. It's all about doing what feels right for you. And I reckon I've got about 5 seconds to go. And done. All right, hold on to that chair again. Try and keep that pelvis nice and level and lifting a leg to the side and back in. Side and back in. So again, if you feel comfortable, try and do it without holding on, and that will allow you to keep both those hands on your hip and try and keep nice and level. But if you feel a little bit wobbly, just hold on, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to swap sides in about 3 seconds. So I can fit one more in and change sides. So lift, oops, my head is in the way, and down, lift and down. So if you feel yourself leaning a little bit, stop, reset, and go again. So I could feel myself leaning off to the side then. So try to keep that foot elevated if you can. It just makes that muscle, particularly in your supporting leg, work that little bit harder. Beautiful. All right, our last exercise was our box steps. So nice big wide step to the front and then back. So wide, wide, back in. So remember, keep those knees nice and soft, and you can take the pace to whatever level you feel comfortable. So if you just want to finish off with a nice gentle movement, that's fine. If you really want to get that heart rate up, try and pick up that pace a little bit. And change the leading leg, so lead with the other leg. Try and keep those knees nice and soft. If you feel up to it, you can add that little bounce in at the middle. It's entirely up to you. And I say only if you feel comfortable doing that with your joints, with your pelvic floor, all of those sorts of things. So just make sure it feels right for you. And we've got 10 seconds to go. So if you can pick that pace up a little bit, get that breathing rate up, get that heart rate up, because then we are done. And there we go, guys, well done. So grab yourselves a drink and we will just finish off with some stretching. Okay, so we're going to do some stretches standing up. So we've worked kind of head to shoulders today, or head to toes today. So we'll try and give everything a little bit of a stretch. So first of all, we're going to take our arm across our body and use that other arm to hug that arm in so that you get a bit of a stretch through your shoulder there. If that's a bit tricky for your mobility, then pop your hand on your elbow and try and push those fingers over your back a bit. So it's whatever feels comfortable for you. And then we're going to switch sides and do the other one. So again, either hand on shoulder or out straight. Shoulders don't always do this position, so that's okay. And relax those arms. Fingers together and gently pushing forwards. So we're trying to round through our upper back. So drop your head a little bit, pushing forwards so that you can feel a stretch between your shoulder blades. And looking up, relax those shoulders, turn your palms away from you and push your arms out. And again, try and keep those shoulders relaxed. Nice open posture. And give them a little bit of a shake and then take your arms up behind you. So you can just hold them there or cross them together and see if you can pull those arms up a little bit higher. Again, just whatever's comfortable for you and your shoulders. And give them a little bit of a shake. Okay, this one's a bit of a challenging one if you have limited mobility in your knees, so just see how you go. But holding onto the back of the chair, you're going to reach down, grab your pants, your ankle, your shoe, whatever you can reach, and try and pull that heel up towards your bottom. Ideally, try and keep both knees lined up together, so not out to the side or forward or back. Try and keep those knees together, and that will give you quite a nice stretch through the front of that thigh there. And obviously hold on for balance as you need to. And other side. So ideally you want to hold stretches for a little bit longer than this, but just as we're a little bit short on time, Just basically showing you some stretches that you can do. And relax there. Now take your feet a little bit wider apart. I want you to turn one foot at an angle and then lunge off in that direction. So you're sort of stretching through the inside of your hip there. And again, trying to keep that knee going over your toes, so don't let your knee collapse in. You want to keep it facing in that direction there. And back to the center, turn your foot in, turn the other foot out, and lunging off in the other direction. And back to the center, walk those feet back in. Now, if you can, hold on to the back of your chair and take a big step back so that you're kind of in that lunge position. Keep your back heel on the ground though, and bend that front knee. So you're sort of stretching your weight forwards, and you should feel a stretch in the back lower part of your back leg. And change sides. So this is a really nice stretch to do if you're watching TV. Go around, stand behind your couch and have a little bit of a stretch, because our calf muscles are something that get really, really tight. They're not looked after very well generally, so it's nice to give them a little bit of a stretch, because it will make a difference for your feet, for your whole legs. And come back up. Now same sort of thing, but a shorter step this time. So feet a little bit closer together, and I want you to really bend that back knee. And what that should do is get right into that Achilles, which is just at the bottom of your calf muscle, top of your heel there. And that again is a bit of a neglected area, so getting a little bit of mobility through your calf muscles is a good thing. So just dropping that weight back. So sorry, switch legs and drop your weight down onto the back leg rather than forward this time. Beautiful. All right, next one we can do sitting or standing. So if you feel a little bit unsteady, then sit down, but otherwise bend one knee, heel on the ground out in front, and you're leaning forward. So that front leg is straight, back leg is bent, weight goes onto that back leg. And you can play around with either having your heel on the ground, toes up, or foot flat on the ground. You'll find that it might change the position of the stretch for you. So just find wherever works. And change legs. So again, either heel on the ground or foot flat. Try and keep that weight back as much as you can, and you should feel a stretch. Mostly, hopefully, in your hamstring there, which is the back of your thigh. And up nice and straight again. And have one more stretch for you, and that is a nice big deep breath in. So we're going to take a big deep breath in, stretch up towards the ceiling, and breathing out, bring those arms down and around. So again, nice big deep breath in, stretching as high as you can, fingertips to the ceiling, and relax. And last one, big deep breath in. Still try and keep those shoulders relaxed, don't hunch them. And breathing out and relax. Awesome work, guys, well done. So that is it for today's session. So as I mentioned before, this will be available on the Body Connect Exercise Physiology page. So if you didn't manage to make it live today, you can always go back and watch it again another time. You can, use it to get a little bit of movement into your day. There are a couple of other videos up there as well, so you can sort of have a bit of a look through them. Similar exercises each week, but a few little variations here and there. So yeah, try and get onto those if you can, because it's a really good way to keep moving at home. All of them are really minimal equipment. I think the most we've ever used is a couple of hand weights and a cushion or a small ball. So you excuse me, you really don't need a lot of equipment to get a good workout. But thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out all the resources on the Exercise Right webpage. There are heaps of resources there, heaps of free classes happening this week. So get on board and get moving. All right, thanks guys, bye.